the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2017.
And good evening, everyone, from San Francisco, and welcome to the Sweet 16, the West Regional Semifinals in the NCAA Men's Basketball Tournament. Tonight, it's the fourth-seeded Maryland Terrapins from the Big Ten and the #1 seed Florida Gators from the SEC. The winner will play either Arkansas or Texas Tech in the Elite Eight coming up here on Saturday. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan, Coach Stan Van Gundy, Dan Bonner, Lauren Shahadi is on our sideline. Thank you so much for joining us. Dan, we've got two of the most outstanding players in the country in this game. Let's begin first with the Gators.
Well, with the Gators, you're talking about the SEC Player of the Year, All-American Walter Clayton Jr. This guy is a big-time scorer. Catch and shoot, off the dribble, driving to the basket, guarded, unguarded. It doesn't matter once he gets rolling. Averaging 23 points per game in the tournament, 50% overall, 50% from three, 87% from the line. That's the picture you see in the dictionary next to the word handful.
He is terrific. And on the Terrapin side, they've got one of the best freshmen in the country.
They do, and he's a handful also. Derek Queen, he can do it all. He can post on either block. He can put the ball on the floor going either way, create his own shot. He's even started to add the three, and he hits big shots. That's the game winner against Colorado State that got the Terrapins here to San Francisco.
It's a good one in San Francisco. The 4-seed Terrapins of Maryland, the 1-seed Gators of Florida. Our tip-off is next on TBS. Our officials tonight here in San Francisco, Michael Reed, Brent Hampton, and Bart Lennox. Combined 42 NCAA tournaments they've officiated, 26 regionals, 2 Final Fours. Our standby is Brett Smith. And here we go. The Gators with a conference record of 14-4 in the rugged SEC. The Terrapins 14-6 in the terrific Big Ten, and the Gators control out of the blocks. And they've got the All-America, Clayton with it. And Condon on top. And Clayton will fire the 14-footer with a Terrapin rebound. They fly inside, and a great way to begin, Jacoby Gillespie.
Into this 2-3 zone that will eventually go man-to-man, and it already has.
It's Richard stepping back by Miguel. Now the shot clock is down to 6. Here goes Clayton with a long shot from outside. He hit that from College Park.
They're toward the free throw line. Instead, he popped. A little bit of miscommunication.
Condon free. Late close by Queen. Rebound inside. Chinyalu. And he'll pull the trigger. Oh! Parachuting in to pound it down. Condon. To the final buzzer. Fan work is thirsty work. Refreshed with Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? And inside, Reese.
Floater inside reminds me of Isaiah Hartenstein of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and great touch.
The Australian Condon has got 4 for Florida. It's Reese down low. Condon will defend with the grind, the spin, the reverse try, and he got it.
Guy's jersey, you got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, but you're grabbing the guy's jersey beyond the three-point line. You can't have Queen pick up a foul like that.
No, not at all.
Handlocked in his end. Here is Aberdeen. Geronimo is checked in for the Terps, and on the doorstep, a runner. And it's Aberdeen with his first 2 off the bench.
And Florida really has a great bench, and Aberdeen is a very versatile combo kind of guard who can really score. He's strong, he's athletic. Just because he's on the bench doesn't mean he can't play.
Nice drive inside. Gillespie couldn't get it. And Reese is in there pulling the trigger. He's come up with some big plays early on for Maryland.
Well, you got to get a body on him.
Of course, that last name is familiar to basketball fans, whether you follow men or women.
Because he knows he doesn't want that left shoulder. That's smart basketball. That's knowing your personnel.
Houck has got it. It's out to Clayton with the fadeaway. Knocks it down. What a three-point stroke he's got in a quick 6 points. Comes Martin. And Aberdeen tries to crowbar his way inside. Gators have won 8 in a row. They have not lost in March. They are 8-0 in this month. Martin making a move outside. Hawk, a three, puts it down. A 33% three-point shooter.
They're going to have to take care of the ball better. We've already got 9 turnovers in this game. We've only played 8 minutes.
Queen is on Hawk.
Queen's already got that 1 foul.
Hawk the screen. Richard the three.
It's gotten crushed on the glass. They're going to have to turn that around.
It's Queen on top. He is yet to score. He throws it away. Picked off by Hawk. That's the 6th Maryland turnover.
They only have 4 field goals.
Yeah.
Well, they've only gotten up 9 shots. Florida's gotten 16 shots. There's no way you win a game with that kind of differential.
Chinyelu inside with a nice spinner. The former Washington State player makes it an 11-0 Florida Gator run.
And Maryland's trying to go too fast in the half court. The ball has to go side to side and in and out.
Down low, Reese, triple team, knocked away. Queen got it and railroads him his way inside, and he's got his first 2 as he had to.
Who's going to take care of the ball first, Dan? And who is Maryland going to be able to rebound the ball?
Well, is Maryland going to be able to shoot the ball? They've only attempted 1 3.
Here's Queen on the fly, 2 in a row, and on the doorstep with the runner. Makes it a 7-point deficit. Down low they go. Chinyelu. A lot of black jerseys down there. Knocked away, volleyballed as you see, and retrieved by Gillespie.
Well, that was great effort there by Rice to get on the glass. You're going to need your guards in this one to help them rebound. And Gillespie hits their first 3 of the night. All those mistakes are going to get magnified.
Miguel picks up the foul.
The ball is sticking on offense. It's got to move.
Gillespie 3. Another one.
Well, Florida likes to play in those drops. If you set solid screens, your guards are going to get looks, and Gillespie's knocked down 2 in a row. We're seeing this on every possession.
And the Terrapins are making it now 3/4 court pressure. It's a long shot. It's a 3, and it's off. Martin can't hit. Houck retrieves. Out to Clayton with the fake, the drive, the spin, the scoop, the score!
Well, Dan, they ran him off the three-point line, but he took it to the rim. They're having more and more trouble on the glass in their 6 offensive rebounds already.
Queen 3, no rebound, Houck.
And Queen's only made 6 threes on the year.
Now he's 4 for his last 8, but you're right, that's really not his shot.
Clayton will try to penetrate. They swing it around. Klavjar will take it inside with the pass. Chinyelu can't get it with the whistle and a foul on the play.
For a lot of these guys, so they're playing hard, we're being aggressive. We just got to slow down a little bit on the offensive end, take care of the basketball, get a shot every time down.
Appreciate it, Coach.
And Gillespie hits his 3rd 3, flying in, can't get it. Wow, what a play.
Florida is 9 turnovers, Dan. We haven't played quite 13 minutes yet. That's not going to play.
I didn't really see the pressure as being that extensive.
Not at all. It's really a soft pressure to slow you down. Free zone, and then at some point in the possession, they match up and go man-to-man.
Alex Condon still out with an ankle. This is a 3. Bullseye! Will Richard knocks it in.
To the bench.
That's a great point.
But Alexis hasn't played since February. Outside, thinking 3, Martin. He'll launch. It's a Queen rebound. It's an outlet to Rice. On the fly, the stutter step, lurching inside with a pass. A lot of congestion. It gets gnarly inside that lane, and here comes Queen. He's pushed. He's fouled inside. Houck got him there.
The guy's going to have to contain a little bit, and it's tough because Queen,
the Big Ten Freshman of the Year.
And how good is he? A guy that size dribbling the basketball like that?
The Terrapins are on a 19-7 run.
I like this. They got into the man-to-man a lot quicker here.
Clayton, Houck, Clayton. Harris Smith will defend. Richard on top. Queen got screened inside. Screen roll. Chinyelu on the doorstep. Rebound Reese.
He didn't see the ball, and he fumbled it a little bit, and that's why he missed the shot.
But I like the adjustment by Kevin Willard. They got matched up much quicker that time, not trying to stay in the zone for a few passes.
Queen. Gillespie, he's had the hot hand from outside. From Greenville, Tennessee. Queen driving across the lane. As he was going to the rack and to the paint, fouled on the play. Martin is first for Florida.
He's into the motion. Let him continue like they do in the NBA. That should have been a three-point play. Change the rule.
Kevin, do we have the NCAA's address that Stan can send his complaints?
Full court pressure, and you can feel the momentum switching here. Florida needs points. Richard across the lane, leans in and sticks it.
I like that attack of the press. Press designed to slow you down. They didn't let him, and I don't like that shot for the same reason Dan said. Just up the floor and shoot it.
Got the ball. Here comes Clayton. Stepped out of bounds, out of the blocks. Richard.
5 pounds, and he can really go.
The 4-seed Terrapins, their highest seed since 2015. 10 years ago, 3. Gillespie, no. Another rebound lassoed by Chinyalu. He's got 4. At the other end, the quick striking Richard.
Was this Craig Silver's 40th birthday?
He's 41, yes.
41. Okay, very good.
Off a screen, Miguel into Queen, who's got 10. Reese is inside, going for position. And just picked up a foul for the Terrapins. It is his first. The best player in the country in Cooper Flag, the freshman. Here comes Clayton. He puts up a 3. Rebound chased and retrieved by Martin. New shot. Here's Hauk. Out to Richard. And the Gators, who won the SEC tournament for the first time in 11 years, set up. Richard down the lane. Hauk free to fire a 3. Reese was trying for it. Blocked out well. It goes off to Rice, and the Terps will set. Reese was trying to do the pick and roll. Rice launches a 3.
He's a guy that got to get involved.
Florida, I don't understand. This is a team great at taking care of the ball, and tonight they can't take care of the ball at all against a Maryland team that is not known for forcing turnovers.
Clayton will try to penetrate with the bump into Miguel, and a foul on the fly. Back in that ankle, they miss him. Clayton at the line, knocks in the first. Clayton.
Kevin, they're struggling a little bit as Florida, but it's really nice to have Clayton.
ACC schools.
Well, Belmont might be the developmental story of the Sweet 16. We've got Will Richard.
Oh, what a shot!
Martin knocks down a 3. Coming through Belmont.
Well-coached Bruins team. Gillespie lost the handle. Turnover, Martin got it. Clayton 2-on-1. Richard will dive and get it inside. Rice. Sophomore from Clinton, Maryland, one of the top 3 high school players coming out of the state. Went to DeMatha, then to Virginia Tech, and now he's a Terrapin, and a turnover with a pickup on the steal by Queen.
The first thing Todd Golden is going to tell them in the locker room at halftime is throw the ball to the guys in the white shirts.
Yes, I don't think he was clear about that before the game.
Maryland down by 2. Final shot coming up. They can take a lead or tie. This is for the lead from Rice. No. Rebound snared by Martin. Halftime is here. Maryland down by 2. They trailed by 11 in a first half that had 7 lead changes and 6 ties. We come back to San Francisco after this. Welcome back to the Bay Area. It's time for It Takes More. Excuse me. Let's go to the AT&T first half stats with our 2-point lead for the Gators, who led at one time by 11 and now are down to 2.
Appeared from their offense. I'm not sure Florida has anybody that can play him down low.
Maryland had 6 turnovers in the first 9 minutes of the first half and trailed by 11. 1 turnover in the last 11, but they get one right there in the first minute of the second. That's a 3, and it's down the hatch, Elijah Martin.
Don't forget, this is an excellent three-point shooting team, are the Florida Gators.
Yeah, one of the best in the country, and that's a great pass by Will Richard.
Queen in stride for 2.
Right on time and on target.
Good sneak pass inside. Reese Houck will defend.
That's what you're talking about, Stan. They don't really have anybody who can guard him.
And Angel Reese is here, the older sister.
Very close.
Houck will maneuver on Geronimo. Martin tries to go. No, spoon feeds Chinyelu inside. Geronimo to Rice. It's a three from the corner. It's off from Gillespie.
I think Julian Reese at least has to touch the ball.
Absolutely. They've gone to him twice and scored both times. One of the best things you can do as a team. Great pass there from Clayton.
Call the Terrapins. Johnny Holiday, he and Don Fisher at Indiana, two deans of broadcasting in the Big Ten and in all of college sports. Johnny Holiday, one of the great voices out of the Baltimore area, Maryland, with Chuck Thompson and Bill O'Donnell and John Miller and just so many great ones. Great to visit with Johnny before the game. Here comes Florida without Condon, who twisted an ankle in the first half. They go inside with a fake and a finish. Chinyelu.
And not try to hit home runs and turn the ball over.
Miguel on top. Reese down low.
Danger zone for Maryland.
Reese has got to put it in. Doubled in a straight jacket, tipped up and through. Looked like Queen got a hand.
Guys, tune in to scouting reports and understand who they're playing against.
Chinyelu, shot clock at 8, sets the screen. Martin 3. Rebound the hustling Houck. Out to Clayton. Martin free to fire the 3.
In this half, and Maryland still can't rebound the ball. They're in trouble.
That's a shot by Rice. Rebound inside. It is collected by Reese and puts it up and in, but they're down by 15 rebounds with a turnover there. Down is Miguel, gets up slowly, lost the headband to the other way, Gillespie.
Well, why would you make that pass if you're Walter Clayton Jr.?
Out to Queen, fakes the 3, Rice a 3 on the side.
That is a great job by a poor three-point shooter to pass one up.
I don't want to totally stereotype, but I've always said, if I've got to pick a player and I don't have enough information, take an Australian and a Serbian.
Aberdeen is in. Condon inside. No, yep, he had it knocked away. Thought he was going to get some daylight, and it quickly evaporated with some nice Terrapin defense underneath.
That's 16 turnovers for Florida, and
wow.
Maryland says, all right, we'll give it back to you. You know, there's all kinds of those guys, and the Serbians, it goes without saying, country of only 7 million people, and they turn out the best player in the world and several other great ones.
Aberdeen 3. Denzel Aberdeen puts it down.
He's such a poor three-point shooter. He can do everything else, though.
Rice. Miguel. Derek Queen, the freshman. In on Hanlogden, slips it in.
And the ball's got to go to those guys, and you're right, they've got to get stops, but I really like what they're doing. Instead of trying to show that zone more, they're just matching up out of the press.
Condon doubled in a straitjacket, kicks it back out. Shot clock at 6. Richard got the screen. Underneath, Condon lost it off his foot, on the floor, throws it up. Hanlogden trying to put it up, and it went down. It went down, it'll count. Miguel will drive. On top, Queen. It's a 3. Got it.
Impossible to guard.
Aberdeen is in. Making a move. The zag. He fires and hits the 15-footer. 24 to go in the second half. The winner to the Elite 8. Look at the hustle. The madness of March. And it was tapped in by Hanlogden. And here you see Aberdeen setting up and recording 2.
The ball. Kevin Willard said at practice yesterday, nothing else matters if we're not going to rebound. Florida has more offensive rebounds than Maryland has defensive rebounds.
What a play by Elijah Martin. He played at Florida Atlantic. And he played in a Final Four. And he comes up here with a Final Four type move.
Well, no, that's a very difficult shot. Into a lot of trouble.
Former high school quarterback at North Pike High School.
First half, in the first 10 minutes of this half, they've only turned it over 3 times.
Queen! 31-13 rebounding advantage for the top seed Gators. Rice, Reese, Hauk! Defense! Reese gets it back. Out to Rice, the 3. Chinyulu's got it. Aberdeen on the run. With the move, Hauk right on the doorstep, couldn't get it to go. Oh, Reese is out there working and grappling with Chinyulu.
And ask the other guys, and it looks like they're going to go review. Can they do that? Just blow the whistle and make a, and then we're going to go to the monitor to see who fouled?
If they, no, they're not. There's no foul called on the play. So when they go over there and look, they can't determine it's a common foul.
Yeah, Kev, what I'm watching right now and what I can see visually is it looks like the official on the baseline. We're listening to Mike Reed now.
9 white will shoot.
They went with a flagrant 1. I don't disagree with a flagrant 1. I think Julian Reese's action is excessive, could be potential injury. I didn't see a common foul, although one official, Lennox on one side, did have a fist posted, so he may have had a common foul and then they upgraded it to a flagrant 1. I think it's the right choice. I think it's excessive and it could have possibly led to an injury.
Look here in the upper left-hand part of the screen, right there. That Bart Lennox, the official, does call a foul.
Chinyulu at the line.
Now you're talking a possible 4-point play here, and it's the flagrant 1.
Their biggest deficit of the tournament. They trail Colorado State by 12. By Miguel. It's Jacoby Gillespie. Miguel way outside, fake, drives, oh, knocked away, parachuting in, Condon swats it, the other way Richard, in the side now it goes to Aberdeen, 7.5 to go, defending Gillespie, squeezes the trigger and puts it in.
You know, everybody talks about Florida's offense, and they should, but they are awfully good defensively. They're scrambling around. Life is very difficult for the Terps.
The Gators on an 11-2 run. The #1 seed, one of the best in the country. With defense right here by Condon, erasing the shot. Florida Gators, #1 seed, 32-4, second place in the conference. Queen will take it down the lane. Condon retrieves, Gators the other way. Martin. Aberdeen crossed inside Hauk. What a pass! To Queen the rebound. Rice, crossover. Geronimo screen. Queen again. Through traffic, caroms off bodies and gets the deuce.
Players you coach, good coaches learn from players as well.
Rice on the move. Rebound, Rice.
Well, if they're going to get stops, they're going to have to eliminate the dribble penetration.
Florida in the second half shooting 52%. Aberdeen 3. Bullseye.
Boy, has he had a good game off the bench.
He has.
I can tell you from my college experience, it's very hard to score when you're on the bench.
Yes. I had that experience also, Dan. I played for a coach that just didn't like me, my dad.
4.5 to go. Hauk is picked up by Rice. It's a long 3. Good! Richard trains it. He's got 15 and 3 threes. NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. And about this time, that was 5 fouls, by the way, in Chinyulu. And there's Angel Reese, who's the older sister of Julian Reese of the Maryland Terrapins.
Yeah, shockingly, they went undefeated.
Oh, man.
Boy, that's a big surprise.
Yeah, here's Aberdeen.
It was great coaching, Dan, is what it was. Great coaching.
Condon, who twisted an ankle in the first half, back in. Gets it back on top. Reese is on him. Shot clock at 5. Clayton, the All-America, a 3. Rebound. Hauk, look at him aggressively attack the board. Richard will drive into a thicket of defenders and hand off to Condon. Here's a look at where we stand. Look at the bench scoring for Florida tonight. We knew they were strong. We knew they were deep. And that number reflects it.
Well, it sure does. And look at the rebounding numbers. We said that Florida had to dominate the boards. They've done that. We said
Get a rebound with all new guys on the floor.
Clayton. Through traffic, the feed to Hauk. Rejected inside by Gapari.
shot clock violation.
Yep. So the Florida Gators look to be in position to win this. They're going to clean their bench right now, too, as they bring in Sam Alexis, who hasn't played since February. They bring in Isaiah Brown, who's a freshman from Orlando. They bring in Klavjar, who's been in. Urban has already been in the game, but from the Slovenian national team, and he's on the ball right now. They've also got Bennett Anderson on the floor. That's an over and back for the Terrapins. After what was a successful Big 12, Big 10 season. With the ball here is Klavjar.
I'll tell you what, though, guys, and we knew this coming in. Florida can win the national championship.
Oh, there's no question.
And they put it in. Bennett Anderson, only his second made shot all season.
But he made it in the Sweet 16.
How about that?
Are you kidding?
Something to tell his grandchildren about.
I'll be telling everybody about it if I were him. If you came to my house, you'd see a clip of that basket before we sit down and have a meal, Kevin. All right, come on in here and watch this. Replay it 5 or 6 times.
Well, the great story about Anderson of Florida, he for 3 seasons was the team manager. He's a walk-on. He's a graduate student from Jesuit High School in Tampa. And 3 times as a Florida student, he was in the intramural basketball program, and they won 3 straight championships on campus. And here he is, former manager, now playing in a Sweet 16.
Well, so what you're saying is he's played in big games before.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Holding it, Isaiah Brown. He has played for the Puerto Rican national youth team. He is a freshman. The clock ticks. The top seed Gators are going to move on and play in the Elite Eight as they beat the Maryland Terrapins in the Sweet 16. Florida has won 9 in a row. So the Gators have beaten Norfolk State by 26 in the first round, UConn by 2 in the second, and they handled the Big Ten Terrapins here in the Sweet 16 by 16. And the winner here will play the winner of Texas Tech and John Calipari's Arkansas Razorbacks coming up.